to hit the blogs. Kevin Samuels' ex-wife is coming forward to a celebrity blog. Apparently, he owes back child support. He has a 20-year-old daughter in college back in Oklahoma. He refuses to pay her college tuition. The ex-wife is about to spill the tea. His daughter don't even want to talk to him or look at him. This evening, his Instagram account, he deleted it, but now he's playing like someone reported it and had it deleted. No, this nigga put up a post responding to the child support allegations. Then he deleted his account. Then he deleted the post, and then he reactivated his account. Let me tell y'all.
This is my response to the spiritual whistleblower on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube. Ma'am, I know that I am more than qualified to speak on this situation. I'm beyond qualified to speak on this situation, actually. So before I get into it, let me first say, me responding to this and talking about my situation is not to reopen bad wounds with my son's mother. Our situation has been repaired. We're in a great space. So this is not to demean her right now. It's just to respond to you. Okay? I was once labeled a deadbeat dad. And it's sad that black women like yourself, this is one of the things y'all like sticking on or referring to in these type of situations. As if you tend to forget that the same system that you're spewing about is not the same system that had you drinking out of a different water fountain than white people. As if you forgot about the segregation and desegregation. But it's fine. You want to take this white court system side and spew some things about a black man who was just trying to repair black relationships. But this is the issue we have in our black community with our women. Anything and everything hurts them. Anything and everything we say to them to try to help them better themselves with relationships to us, the only thing they want to do is turn around and attack. This is where Kevin Samuels signs come into play. Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. Spiritual whistleblower, you fit this to a T. Now, let me get into why I'm qualified to speak about the situation. Or to speak about situations involving men and black men as far as this child support bullshit. I'm one of the guys who did not go to school, who did not go to college, but when it came to court and going into child support and going in front of the custody judge, I made a judge recuse himself off of my case. Okay? Now, as of right now, I do not have the documentation at hand at this second. I did move. And if need be, I'll tell you why I moved. But that's here nor there. But this judge from Philadelphia, his name is Peter Rogers, recused himself off of my child custody case because I caught him being biased and prejudiced on and for the public record. Now, I know a lot of you may have to look up and see what a recusal is, but the fact of the matter is, after my case, Judge Peter Rogers left the court system. Okay? I'm not going to say that my case in particular made him leave, but it's mighty strange. After he was removed from his bench from criminal courts, he was demoted down to family court, ma'am. Check the records. Google him. It's in Philadelphia. Judge Peter Rogers. Okay? Now, you're speaking about a black man who has a daughter that's in college. I don't know his whole situation. But it's very easy for us to be labeled as deadbeat dads. Extremely easy, especially with this prejudice system. Especially when there's women like the spiritual whistleblower and other women like her that thrive off of this type of bullshit. See, but the one thing that kills them is documentation. You understand? If Kevin Samuels was to ever see this, and he wanted to see documentation of, or even a spiritual whistleblower, she wanted to see documentation of how Judge Peter Rogers recused himself off of my case, I have that documentation I can go get or go find through my Facebook. And I also have a portion of the transcript, which is legal documentation of how, when I said something, he started shutting on and off that microphone in the courtroom, which ultimately led to him having to recuse himself. But this is all the stuff that black women think don't happen. Yes, they tamper with court records. Yes, they do certain things to us. I'm qualified to speak on it because I caught a judge doing it and it's documented. Now, to address the other thing with black women, y'all are quick to say we don't love y'all, which is the most disrespectful thing you could ever say. Y'all want to haunt us like how the white people in the South used to do the blacks, running through the woods. This is what the spiritual whistleblower sounds like. Listen to her.
Something. Everything's about to come out about this man. Everything. Everything.
You sound like historical white people chasing blacks through the woods with your rhetoric. And it's disgusting. But, ma'am, I am the one qualified black man to speak on these type of situations. So much so that for every woman that's going to say, yeah, but he's one of them, but he don't like women, let's do two things. I'm going to give you the name of the black woman in which whom I admire, in which whom inspired me to do what I did in the courtroom. Angela Davis. Okay? If you don't know who she is, you need to know who she is. She's the one black woman who took on the federal government by herself and won. You understand? To all the street niggas going to jail, the federal government has a 99% success rate as far as locking people up. She's a part of the 1%. So don't disrespect me and tell me I don't like black women or I don't love black women. She's the one black woman that I can say I adore and admire. Second black woman, my mother. She's a prominent black woman. She was the dean of the medical school program at Temple University. So, if you say I don't love black women, my love for this black woman, my mother, which I'm speaking of, I had the opportunity to go to Temple for free. I turned down that because my mother she was being harassed at her job at Temple by the white folks. I'm not going to let my mom go through that bullshit of being racially targeted and going through the mental stress so I can get an education. Fuck them. So I said fuck college. Okay? Now, let's listen to a little bit more of this spiritual whistleblower and how to us, how it translates to us. It sounds like you're them old white people in the South hunting black men in the woods. Listen to her.
Because just like R. Kelly, just like the Harvey Weinsteins.
R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein. This is the comparison. I'm not into little girls raping little girls. I never seen R. Kelly video, that sex tape. I don't care. But it's three sides to the story. And if his side is true, that these parents was auctioning off these kids, then pull some of that back from the comparison from R. Kelly to Harvey Weinstein. Because Harvey Weinstein had a network of trafficking children. So don't compare R. Kelly to Harvey Weinstein. Please.
One victim comes forward, then the floodgates open up, and all the other victims are going to come forward. This man is a fucking scammer and con artist. And the sad thing is,
a scammer and con artist. This is what we define as a misappropriation of words. Scammer. Only thing this man is doing is trying to repair the relationships between women, black women, and black men. There has been a distortion between us. And the only people who seem to be running with this rhetoric of the distortion happens to be females like.
He is scamming all these men that are following him. I just can't believe grown ass men are tossing their money to him like he's some sort of stripper on a pole.
Tossing money at him like he's a stripper on a pole. Ma'am, I never gave Kevin Samuels no money because I really don't have it right now just to be giving away money. But to say with people that are tossing money at him like he's a stripper on stage, why would you make that homosexual reference? Why is people's sexuality being attacked because you disagree with them gifting Kevin Samuels some money? It sounds awfully eerie. You sound like one of them white people chasing blacks in the woods.
Giving them hundreds of dollars on the super chat. Y'all are acting like females. But you know what? It's a rude awakening coming. This nigga, when all his dirt come out, and it will. And it will. Watch this. Because the
Well, what dirt? What dirt is getting ready to come out? If you're going to bring up this child support shit, and it's supposed to be his dirt, I challenge you to bring the transcripts too. I challenge his ex-wife, no disrespect to him, no disrespect to her, but if you're going to talk about this man or any man, present the transcripts too. That's fair.
dogs are already, they ready to put the story out there. The ex-wife is spilling the tea. This is one ex-wife. We ain't talking about all the other exes, because I'm sure
He only has two ex-wives. So why are you going above and beyond to say all the other? This is a clear assassination of character. One of the things that they use in the court system, they will assassinate your character first. They'll look for anything and everything to assassinate your character first before they examine the facts.
there's a whole string of bullshit with all the other women. It's gone. Just like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, millionaire, billionaire, thought he couldn't get touched because he had all this money in Hollywood. He's this big Jewish white man with all this money in Hollywood.
Who was sacrificed, or hold up, let me take that back, who was allegedly taking part in sacrificing children for their adrenal chromes. But you compare him to R. Kelly. It's sad how black women like the spiritual whistleblower demean us in so many different ways.
And guess what? One victim came forward, and then all the others came forward, and this nigga is sitting in jail right now.
Doesn't she sound like the white people haunting blacks in the woods down south to hang them?
So if Harvey Weinstein, the Jew, the very filthy rich Jew in Hollywood, could get shut down, little bitty Kev Samuels, yeah. And I'm going to sit back, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh at every last dude follow.
She's going to laugh at a black man's demise. Black woman, I wouldn't laugh at your demise, even though I disagree with your content heavily, because I fit the molding of one of them so-called deadbeats by which you are trying to describe, but you are using the misappropriation of words. I wouldn't laugh at your demise, miss. But this is the evil in you. This is that old down south white spirit chasing black men through the woods to hang them.
y'all be blessed.
And then this is my other thing. Be blessed. How are you wishing blessings on anybody when you got that evil spirit in you? It's not a blessing. You're praying for somebody's downfall. For a man that created his own content based off of conversations that me as a black man I've had with females. Me as a black man, I've been attacked by females by having this content or for having this thought process. Now that Kevin Samuels is the bigger person who has everything that's needed to convey that better than I can comes along and we share the same rhetoric. Now it's something bad when the only thing he's trying to do is help. See, as a man, especially as a black man, we get demonized by our own women for trying to assist them in getting different results. Because I get tired of females telling me personally that they're tired of dealing with ain't shit niggas. I can say, well, what type of guy do you like? And I like to use myself for an example, right? What type of guy do you like? You want to know what I hear from black women an awful lot? You're not aggressive enough. I'm not aggressive enough. Well, ma'am, I don't abuse women. I'm not one of them guys that's into hitting females to prove my aggression. It's not my twist. So, you openly admit to wanting aggressive niggas. So you know what black women go after, especially the professional ones? They like jail niggas more than they like a guy like me. I've never been to jail. I don't have the need to walk around brolic and tough for no reason. But this is what you like. Then you want black men like myself to protect you from your own poor decision making. You chose aggressive niggas. You get aggressive outcomes. You get put into, or you put yourself into aggressive situations. Now you want me to put on this cape of protection for you. No, ma'am, I cannot. Multiple reasons. I got a foot injury. I got a back injury. I got leg injuries because I've been shot. I just can't openly just leave myself susceptible to protect someone, black woman, when this is the type of rhetoric you spew against guys like myself. Can't protect you, miss. I wouldn't dare. I can't. I gotta save the last little bit of fight in me for when it's really put on the table. Protecting you is not really putting it's not nothing that's put on the table because y'all like to mention these hypotheticals and theoreticals. Then y'all want us to fight over these hypotheticals and theoreticals over shit that didn't happen to you. It's demeaning. My favorite word is y'all dismiss us. I've been dismissed. I frankly don't care because I know at the end of the day, I don't want to go back to the 21-year-old me or 22-year-old me around the time when I got shot. I was wild. I did not give a fuck. I wore it. I walked it. I talked it. I got a 7-year-old son that I'm raising full time. That same aggressive nature or that same aggression that y'all say y'all like, it's in me. It's here. But I got a son to raise. I don't want my son to be in the streets. I promise I would be so upset at myself if my son was to jump into them streets and made some of the poor decisions I personally made. No. So in other words, Kevin Samuels is only like myself trying to teach these kids when dealing with these females to stay away from females like the spiritual whistleblower. Stay away from women like her. Stay away from black women like her. Stay away from black women that's her and think like her. Stay away from all of them. That don't mean I dislike black women because that's my stance. I gotta protect my son. I gotta teach him to protect his character. Because at the end of the day, that's all we have is our character. We don't have anything else. Our money don't mean nothing. Use this for an example. I was a guy making almost $90,000 a year. Okay? I've had black women tell me that lived in the projects, I was broke. Because I refused to buy her frivolous items with my money that I have to get up and work 55 hours for. And I was working 55 hours a week. Nothing less. So I'm just supposed to frivolously spend my money when my bills, everything that I own, that I had going for myself, quadruples whatever you're spending for you and your situation. This is the type of shit y'all spew to us. So if I gotta have my own, and my own costs more than what you're paying because you're on Section 8, don't expect me to just be frivolously buying you some sneakers because another nigga bought you some sneakers. No. So, black woman, the only thing that's being exposed, spiritual leader, spiritual whistleblower, is how nasty y'all are, how quick y'all are to demean us. Which goes back to one of my favorite words when describing you. You're dismissive. As if you don't have sons, as if you don't have brothers, as if you don't have uncles, as if you don't have male friends. You're demeaning those black men too. But I'm done. Spiritual whistleblower. If his ex-wife is going to expose him, expose the transcripts too. If those transcripts are not going to be exposed, bye. Because we need physical evidence. Men do not go off of hypotheticals, theoreticals, and emotions. It's too much for us to interpret. We like to read facts. We like to see what was said on both sides. We like to see, especially, we want to see what this woman said in court. We want to see all the allegations said in court, what they were backed up with by facts, and how they were rebutted. See, this lets out everything that needs to be said. This is why I'm qualified, because I got my own transcripts. The reason why I wouldn't really put it out now was because me and my son's mom were in a great place. We co-parent. I do not want to ruin that. I love my son's mother. Even willing to work it out with her. Like, well, we're in a good space. My son is getting older. If and when I get back on my feet, my son's coming with me. I don't want to push you out of his life. So, fuck it. Let's just work this out. We had a good relationship, truth be told. But that's here nor there. Spiritual whistleblower. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right.